Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar, or I'm Jed Morgan, and there's very little opportunities for me to say that I'm excited for an upcoming entertainment property in modern day. Everything is just usually garbage, usually woke-filled, poorly written, and even gaming is starting to be infected by this kind of quality last, wokeness first type mentality that has overrun Hollywood and other aspects of the entertainment industry. But Nintendo has always been the bastion against that. They're always going to be game first and wokeness last, or even not involved at all, at least for the next few years. And they've always delivered great games. So I am excited for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm a big fan of the Legend of the Zelda series, especially the 3D ones ever since Ocarina of Time till Breath of the Wild. I played a lot of the 3D ones, and they were just really great world building, great characters. I love the setup, all that. Breath of the Wild, I know a lot of people were iffy about because it wasn't as Zelda oriented with dungeons and whatnot, but I still really enjoyed it for what it was and the story that it presented. Tears of the Kingdom, from the trailers, it looks like they're taking the story in an interesting direction. So I am on board. I'm excited for Tears of the Kingdom, and it's only a couple months away. But of course, this excitement has to be dampened by the access of mainstream media. Anytime that fans are excited about something, they have to find a way to criticize that product and try to make it bad, try to cancel it. And we've seen that so many times. And it looks like Game Rant is jumping on the bandwagon to criticize Tears of the Kingdom for being a Zelda game. Now, I don't like to talk about Game Rant a lot because they're just really dumb. They're really dumb. But this article really exemplifies the stupidity of access media sites like this because they're upset that a Zelda game is being a Zelda game. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom may have fortunately reduced the titular princess to a damsel in distress again. It's okay that a game franchise that is built on a certain style keeps the style. If they wanted to change the style, but kind of keep it within what fans were hoping for, try to keep fans and story first, I'd be okay with that too. But it is okay to keep a story what it has always been. That's something that I've never understood from the access mainstream media sites and woke Twitter, is this idea that we have to change the past. We have to change it. No, there's a reason that these things exist in a certain fashion. There's a reason why the Doctor is the Doctor's character. It's okay for things to remain as they are. And that's the thing with The Legend of Zelda. It is a Link story. He is the main character. And so, yes, of course, he's going to be at the center of it. And that's something the article brings up a lot. It's like, oh, Link's always at the center of attention. And that's like sexist. And they use all the buzzwords like fridging and stuff like that we've come to know and love. But I really want to dive into this and really just show how dumb Game Rant can be and how they just want to take away anything that fans are excited for, even at a little level. Unless it's a woke, identity politics filled mess with zero storytelling talent, they will not physically be able to praise it. And we've seen that so many times, and it's getting tiring at this point from access and mainstream media sites. But let's jump into it. Players might be hoping for a bigger role of Princess Zelda in Tears of the Kingdom, but early signs seem to suggest otherwise. It's okay if fans were like, all right, maybe more Zelda, maybe not. It's okay either way. But Game Rant is like, no, players want Zelda. We want to play as Zelda. We want her to be the main character, stuff like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous, the words that they're putting in fans' mouth. People have been playing Link games for decades and decades. They like the pattern. And it's okay to keep to the pattern, and it's okay to explore away from the pattern, just like Breath of the Wild did. But it's implicitly bad from Game Rant's perspective not to adhere to their mental picture of what a story should be, and the female protagonist is exactly what that picture should look like. And they're talking about how there were a bunch of theories about the game coming up, like her potentially being a playable character and maybe even getting killed in the game. Just talking about some behind the scenes stuff, some fan theories, nothing really special there. But Link always takes center stage in Zelda. No way! The main character in a game series takes center stage? I'm aghast. I am shocked. It's almost as if that's what the main character's job is to do, is be center stage. It's not that complicated. It's not that profound of a statement to say the main character will stay as the main character in a story. That's not something that's really profound. And Game Rant is patting themselves on the back, virtue signaling, is like, oh my god, Link is the main character of Link's games. How atrocious. A straight white male is the protagonist. Oh, the horror. And they really have some really profound stuff in here. It is becoming a running gag online that Link is often called Zelda. And that's just a joke that people do. And a lot of Legend of Zelda player fans aren't aware that he's Link and not Zelda. It is a running joke, and that's okay. And I'm going to correct people occasionally when it comes up. I'm not going to be an ass about it, but it's a joke. It's okay. But unwitting outsiders due to the incongruous of the series name with the main character. It's okay to name your series after a different character than the main character. It's been done before. It's not that crazy of a concept, but they're like, it's incongruent, so it's confusing people who don't know any better. So there's that against it too. Oh my god, cancel the first Legend of Zelda from the 80s. Oh my god, the horror. But ultimately, this demonstrates the most, if not all the games in the series have put Link front and center and not Zelda. So the fact that this joke exists, they're using as evidence to say, oh my god, they're so sexist, this joke exists. Oh, the horror, where the story is told through his eyes and gives him the most agency. Again, he's the main character, but they're like, it's named after her, so she should be the main character. Screw Link. It's okay to name a story after a different character than the main character, and it's okay for the main character to be front and center. I know it probably sounds like I'm repeating those 2 points because those points are common sense that Game Rant just cannot physically understand, it sounds like. Several of the Zelda direct sequels follow stories that omit Princess Zelda entirely, such as Majora's Mask or Link's Awakening. So that's bad too. In some ones, she's not even in it. Oh my god, the main character's the main character. Game Rant is just trying to destroy any people's interest in this upcoming game because it doesn't fit their narrative, and they're trying to virtue signal to high heaven to woke Twitter and the ideologues out there and be like, oh yes, we criticized a male-centered game. Aren't we so posh, everybody? And it's just ridiculous. The type of logic that they just used in this article. It's called Legend of Zelda, and there's a joke about Link being Zelda. That's just implicit proof that she should be the main character and Link shouldn't be front and center, even though he's the main character. Continuing, though some theories parallel Tears of the Kingdom and Majora's Mask as darker sequels and suggest that players will see Princess Zelda fridge. They pulled it out there. They pulled out the magic word fridge. Fridge is a weird term that was coined during a Green Lantern run where Green Lantern's girlfriend or wife or whatever is killed and put in the fridge. And so it's just like, oh, if a woman dies in a story, that means she's fridged. And that's like sexist. But if somebody else dies, like Uncle Ben, he only exists in the story to die, really, and inspire Peter to become who he's supposed to be. That's not fridging. It's only when it fits their narrative that fridging is applicable. And I don't necessarily want to see Zelda die, but if they're going to do it in a way that makes sense for the story, I'm on board because it is a reincarnation cycle in the Legend of Zelda universe. So she's going to die at some point before the next set of games, and that's okay. But they pulled it out there. Theories say that she's going to be fridged. Oh my god. But ultimately, Zelda's involvement is likely to be reduced to a damsel in distress all over again. So that's their whole evidence is, oh, she's probably going to end up a damsel in distress like she normally is. Just like with Peach in the Mario games, sometimes it's okay to keep with the pattern. And then you have games like Tomb Raider, which I really enjoy that series, where the woman is not the damsel in distress. It's okay to have it one way, and it's okay to have it the other way. It is not just women first. It is not just the current woke identity politics perspective on these games that should be the priority. Sometimes stories work out this way. Sometimes patterns should be allowed to continue. But Game Rant just, again, wants to feel better. They want to pat themselves on the back. They want a virtue signal and be like, oh my god, she's a damsel in distress and she might get fridged. Oh, the horror. I just really, really enjoy breaking down really dumb articles like that because it actually gets me more excited. Because whenever the access and mainstream media sites go after a product, that means, in my mind, that there's a great potential for that product to be great. Because they've always in the last few years been the exact opposite of fans. They're not fans anymore, so whatever they hate, I'm probably going to love. And it's just a clear sign when they're using logic that flawed, like the name and the existence of a joke is evidence for why she should be the main character and Link should not be center stage, is just baffling and only services to get me more hyped for the future of this game. And it looks like actually The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom might be the last significant Switch release before they go to the next generation of console. And that's actually pretty exciting. The Switch has been around for a very long time. It'd be really interesting to see the Zelda games bookend the Switch console lifespan. So I'm excited to see what Nintendo brings to us with the next console, with this game. Nintendo is always firing all cylinders for me. I can usually trust them. And even their bad games are just boring. They're not woke, and that's something that must be praised implicitly. I'm looking forward to Tears of the Kingdom coming May 13th. Game Rant isn't, and that is only a sign in favor of the game for me. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Anon.
Hey, yo, are you feeling what I'm doing up in here? Oh, I know you are. Do you miss all the good, compelling stories that we used to get back in Hollywood that they ain't putting down no more? I know you missing it. So check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern day mental illness issues, baby. Book 1, Down in Flames. Book 2, Apocalypse Then. These are currently on sale. What are you waiting for? Get your hands on them. And we got Book 3, Kill the Dark, is coming down the pipeline. Just wait for all the good stuff that's dropping. You ain't gonna be disappointed, fam.